Welcome to Optometry Divas, where we empower, connect, and promote the success of women OD. And I'm excited to tell you about our upcoming educational retreat in August 13th to the 15th at the beautiful Safety Harbor Resort and Spa. And we are going to have one of our speakers who is here with me today. I'm so excited to hear her. I'm so excited about what she's going to be sharing, but I'm excited to hang out with her today as well because she's a very good friend of mine. So the Myopia Control Diva. She's here with us today. Glenda, thank you so much for joining me today. So what I'd like to do is just ask you a few questions so that our listeners can hear and learn about you and know what to expect for the lecture. So would you start by telling us a little bit about you, your background?
So before attending optometry school, I was actually a licensed optician. So, that's a fact that a lot of people don't know about me. So I am a very new graduate, still 3 years, but I have been in the industry for over 20 years. So it was literally my first job out of high school. I worked back in my country in Honduras in this very nice, kind of like a high-end retail store. They had several locations, but it was a high-end where they had Cartiers and Rochas from Paris and very, very upscale frames. So that was my first job out of high school, no prior training. And I just really fell in love with, that field. And I just stayed in the same trend. When I came here, I got my first job in Walmart, and eventually I went to school to get my license as an optician. And I just love this field so much. I just love learning, and I wanted to keep going. So I said, okay, now I'm going to be a doctor. And here we are. So I attended NOVA, Southeastern College of Optometry, and I graduated in 2017. I have 2 Walmart leases. One is in Miami and the other one is in Miami Gardens. And I just recently opened my private practice that is dedicated to pediatrics and myopia control, which is my dream come true.
Wow, that is so admirable. Like I find your story so inspiring because you didn't let anything stop you. You didn't say, well, I'm already an optician, I don't need to go to change my career. You made a decision to pursue what you wanted. And I just admire that so much. A lot of times people want to do things, but they can get stuck or they don't want to try something new. So kudos to you for doing that, because that shows being empowered, right? Which is what.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I can't believe it's only been 3 years since you graduated. I feel like you've been out of school for a long time.
I know. I feel like that.
Oh man. So tell me, Glenda, what are you most excited about or looking forward to for this event?
This event, so I love this group. I love Loretta. And this is partly is going to be for another video that we're going to do, but I just can't stop saying how much I really love this group and how much, part of the reason why I have become, successful and within such a short amount of time is just being part of this group. So I am really excited because I love every single diva that is part of this group. Every time we have a Zoom meeting, it's amazing. And we finally get to hang out together and, meet some of the divas in person for the first time. So that's what I'm most excited about. It's being able to just hang out with all these amazing optometry divas from all over the country and being able to share my knowledge and my passion for myopia control.
It's going to be fun. I mean, I'm looking forward to that. We have so much fun virtually. It's just going to be incredible actually live. I'm thinking of slumber parties and, the local neighborhood areas that I'm not going to stay. May stay open a little bit longer than usual. So I don't know. That city has no idea what's coming, what's going to hit it. So I'm looking forward to it as well. So I got to ask you one more question. I'm so excited about your lecture on myopia control. I think you're probably one of the best speakers that we can hear that talks about this topic. One, because of your knowledge, and two, because of your passion for it. And your passion shows in every post that you put on social media And I just love that about you. And also, too, you have dedicated your practice solely to that. So tell us, with all that experience and all that you've done, what are 3 things that we can look forward to learning when we come to listen to your lecture?
So I'm going to be sharing some of my most great clinical pearls. I think it's very important that we all are trained doctors and we understand what the disease is and we know how to fit a contact lens. But with Ortho-K, there comes some other, little details that can change your whole experience as well as the patient experience. And they're little things like, tiny details that you might not think about. So I think that can really make a difference between having a successful myopia practice versus you just learning, like I learned by my mistakes. So now I'm going to share with you guys, all the little things that I learned along the way that have literally changed, the way that I practice and had just made everything such a smooth process. So clinical pearls is one. I'm also going to be sharing with you guys the pros and cons of each different treatment, because I love Ortho-K, hence the name of my practice, OK Love. But not everyone is a good candidate for Ortho-K. So it's really important to understand the difference between, each treatment modality and which one is best suited for your specific patient and their family. So, I'm going a little ahead, but we really, when I do myopia control, I consider the whole family, the mother, the father, the siblings, and the patient. And then third, most important, it's one of the clinical pearls, or the first thing that I advise everyone who consults with me is that you really have to understand your demographics, your specific, group of patients. So understanding their culture, their background, what motivates that specific group of patients that you have, I think it's really, really important. So that's all I'm sharing today. You have to come to the lecture so I can give you a lot more tips.
Oh yeah, and I also believe you're going to be telling us how to help the patients understand the value so they can say yes. So I think that's going to be pretty cool as well. I mean, that's a lot to learn, and I love the unique approach that you are giving and looking at the entire family and not just the case, not just the patient, not just the how much what the myopia level, how much minus the patient has or the topography, but looking at the people. I think that's just definitely a unique approach, and anyone who's going to listen to this lecture will have a lot that they can take home and be able to implement. And in addition to that, when they come to this lecture, they'll also find out how they can get you as a coach, right?
Correct. Yes. So you can learn more about OK Love, which is my consulting firm, where I just help, other ODs like you, the one to implement myopia control into their practices, establish an easy step-by-step program. Yeah. And Loretta, you said something important about how to get the patient to say yes, but it really goes back to understanding your demographics, what motivates that person, because if you can really connect with them and understand that, then that's going to, you understand what they value, so then you're going to get them to say yes. So it's all connected.
I can't wait for us to hear about your particular story and your experiences with your patient at one of your Walmart location. And a lot of the studies that were done and Ortho-K were not done with that demographic. And a lot of the presentations that I've heard did not mention that particular demographic. And for you to be able to say, I was able to be successful in a demographic where most would consider impossible to succeed. So if you're watching this, you need to come and hear this, because Glenda is really a testimony on how, regardless of where you are, what setting you are, whether it's private practice, corporate setting, you can succeed with myopia control. So sign up today. Glenda, thank you so much for stopping by and for sharing these wonderful insights with us. I can't wait. So I know you can't wait.
Me too.
We'll see you all on August 13th to the 15th at the Safety Harbor Resort and Spa in Safety Harbor, Florida, which is near Tampa Bay. See you guys.
Bye.